Hey, 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 hey. Excuse me, I'm blowing my nose. I know that's horrible, but I can't help it. I have to do it. So today, welcome to the live. Welcome to my live with my horrible picture in the background. Welcome to my live today with another 3 amazing co-authors of the best-selling book series, Start Over, Turn Any Loss into a Sensational Comeback. Now, hopefully, we're going to be having 3 people on this live to be chatting with me right now. So if you're Jean-Sebastien, please request to be in the live. If you're Eleanor, please request to be in the live. And someone else is coming on also that's going to be in the live. So if you guys are ready, you can join me now. And I can bring you in. So let's see who we can get, who's up. Let's see. Or a couple of others to join me, and then we can get going. So how you doing, guys? Long time no see. Long time no see. We've got someone else coming in now. Sam, Jenny, while the others are waiting. Okay, let's hope we can get these people in. Come on. Hello, who do we have today? We have someone with a black screen. That's okay. I'm going live, guys. AJ Arthur, how do you request? You go to the camera at the bottom. It says plus in the center of the camera. Okay, so let's get AJ Arthur on. AJ. I've just sent you an invite, AJ. You should be able to get an invite right now. Well, let's do Jean-Sebastien. You've got an invite. Just click on the camera at the bottom and you'll see a request. There we go. I've got Eleanor coming in as well. Okay. Okay, Jenny, are you there? Is anybody else there?
Yeah, I'm here, but my baby is sleeping right
okay.
next to me. Yeah.
That's okay. I don't think you were scheduled to come on my live, were you today?
Oh no, no, I wasn't. I just clicked. Okay, but I coming on another day. I
On
clicking
another day,
out.
Jenny. We'll see
Yeah.
you then.
See you.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Okay. So, do we have anyone else on the live, or is it just going to be me? So, if it's just going to be me, because we're having some technical difficulties, that's okay. I'm accepting one from Eleanor. Yes, Jean-Sebastien!
Got it.
Eventually you got there, mate. Nice.
My computer won't cooperate, so
I'm trying to get Eleanor in, so just bear with me. Got Eleanor coming in now. How are you, Jean-Sebastien? Tell us where you're calling from right now.
I'm calling from Quebec, Canada, and we're having a nice spring day, so it's actually wonderful here.
Nice. Love it. Love. So,
Fantastic.
you've got a new Prime Minister, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. He used to run the Bank of England, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But yeah, let's say we're having fun with the neighbor.
You're having a lot of fun. So are we, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's try and get Grace on. She's having technical difficulties. No problem. Anyway, how are you, my friend?
Doing awesome.
Hey,
We have
Who
someone.
have we got here?
Hi,
Is that Pablo?
this is Pablo Marajo. Very nice to finally see you.
How are you, Pablo?
I'm cool, thank you very much. Yourself?
Very good, mate. Very good. Now, listen, my friend. It's very nice of you to join us. Where are you calling from, Pablo?
I'm in Liverpool, me, Marajo.
I can tell by the accent. So listen, buddy, we're going to have to come back to you because you're not scheduled to come on my live today. Right? So, can you come back at another time, Pablo? Is that okay?
Whenever you want.
We'll reach out to you. No problem, buddy. Okay?
Lovely jubbly.
It's nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you on the line.
Very soon.
Right, let me just... Well, this is a very technical evening. Hang on a second. Okay. Right. Have we got Alicia?
I finally managed it.
Goodness,
Hold on.
guys, you have to get your tech skills up scored here.
I have them sometimes, but I was trying to do it on my computer, and Yeah, eventually I changed to my phone. Oh my God.
Did the same. Did the
Anyway,
same.
welcome to the Start Over movement. Start over, turn any loss into a sensational comeback.
So
Woo!
fun. So
Come on,
fun.
let's do this.
Let's do it.
So today, wherever you are in the world, I'm joined by two incredible souls. One of them is Jean-Sébastien Busquet from Canada, speaks French as well as English, right?
Yes, sir.
My friend Jean-Sébastien, and we have Alicia all the way from Australia. And I'm really excited because we've been doing lives all week and it's going to be going on every day. And my hair's a mess today, but it's okay. I don't care because I've been in so many lives, right? But we're here today to really understand why we started this movement and also why you got involved. You know, we're writing a series of books here that are targeted to people that want to turn any loss, trauma, adversity, or challenge into a absolutely stunning comeback. Because it's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. And when you're on that comeback journey, as we all know, you are going to get even more challenges because as you grow and rise, and you become into a zone where you're not comfortable anymore, you get challenged even more because you don't have the skill sets to handle the next level until you endure those challenges, right? So this book, the response to it has been literally freaking insane. I mean, it was going to be one book, that's all. That's all it's going to be. And now it's like a series of 10 books. Now there's going to be another series and a series in different niches. And then we're going to be doing a world tour, speaking on stage. I'm like, I mean, I've done this stuff before, but this is bonkers. What's
It's
going
wonderful.
on? Alicia, tell us.
It's been an incredible journey so far. I mean, from our very first meeting, Marco, you blew me away. And yeah, I just knew it was the right fit. And then literally everyone that I've met on this journey, all the other authors and that, their stories have just been incredible. It's really touched something within me. I guess I got to a point within myself where I knew it was time to share my story with the world, and that I'd come to a place within my healing and a time frame where I knew that my story could help others, and hopefully turn. Even I'm happy if I reach out and help even one person change from where they were at and what they were suffering. I've had a lifetime of bipolar basically ruling over my life and creating a lot of chaos. And within the last 5 years, I've really changed it around, taking control of that, and been stable and basically going leaps and bounds now, and becoming a
I
published
know your
author.
story. I know
Yeah,
both of your stories. Your stories are just, when I heard them, I'm like, jaw is on the floor. How the hell you are even here right now in
yeah,
this frequency because of what you've been both through. Now, we're not going to tell all the details, but we are going to give maybe a little bit of a clue as to, some of the things that you've been through. So, Jean-Sébastien, tell us why you connected with me and what's special about you for this movement.
I connected with you by I don't believe in luck, so it's synchronicity somewhere. I just saw your post on Instagram, and I had put on my vision board to do books. So I was already writing one on my own. Then I saw this, and then I talked to you. And when you told me like the movement behind it, the reason behind it, like to get people involved, to make a difference, to really change and send out like a positive message. I mean, we need it. We won't hide in the sun. We need that with the times we're going through right now. We were talking politics earlier, so let's keep believing in something better. So when I just spoke with you, I said, okay, that project came on my lap, and that's what I'm gonna jump into, and it's been absolutely fantastic to talk with everyone in the community, the support, the teasing I'm finding there, the tools I've learned. I've learned to use AI more than I had used before that. It pushed me just to write my story and kind of accept and embody that story completely and be comfortable to talk about it. And even that, I was more equipped to start and complete my first book that I had started, like the kick in the butt that I was missing. So yeah, it's for me like really like a jump shot to into something fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, I think what people have shared with me is that they were actually ready to share the story. They were looking for a way to reach more people with it. I mean, why are you ready to do that? What's the difference now, John?
I think, well, I always share as I go along, but I was in a point where I know I've been through many things. My mantra right now is 40 lives before 40, because I'm going to hit 40 this year, and I have the impression I went through so many lifetimes with so many story and issues along the way. But whatever comes up, you always get up the next day and keep on fighting and keep on going and keep on changing. So I was at the point where I say whatever I'm going to share, if it's something positive, it shows people that you can live outside the box, think differently, and just act on what you are and decide to be you are really, no matter what. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
So that
no,
was my
I
little needle.
totally agree. And the thing is, you're on the other side of that fear, the other side of that, that metamorphosis that I think
Yeah.
everyone has been through. And I think what's very important to share is what you've really said really well is that this is the time where people have to really embrace change,
Hmm.
not necessarily because they want to, because they have to. People are getting outsourced, they're getting out teched, they're getting
Yep.
replaced by robots and now AI. There's no such thing as a golden handshake retirement plan anymore. It doesn't exist. And what people have to learn is to be independent and learn skills that are actually going to work. But those skills keep changing and evolving as technology just overtakes everything, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Elon Musk is just bringing out a car with no steering wheel and no pedals next year, a self-drive car. What the hell? I mean, I wouldn't get in one, right? But
But,
that's
but I mean,
that's the
change is the only constant. I mean, you need to adapt to it and face it. And I think you have either the choice to be like attacked by it and feel down on it, or just say, okay, I'm gonna stand up in my truth and be what I am. And the more you're close to that, the more solid you feel.
so.
The better you feel, the less you're driven by fear. So
Are you ready
that's definitely.
to give a headline to your story on this live, Jean Sebastian?
Yeah. Good question. Uh, good question. Hey, I'm only saying I'm halfway through it. That's what I hope for. But am I ready for a headline? Let's just say it's a life of surprise, and I've reached heights or I've overcome challenge I never thought I would go through in my life. So whatever comes next, I just feel strong enough to go for it. I mean, fearlessly and strongly.
What
That's
I'm
my main
saying
motto.
to you is, I know what you've been through, right? Not the some of the audience, because some people know you're on this audience, but to go through what you've been through takes a sublime amount of courage,
Hmm. It does.
and most people that are feeling what you've felt don't have that courage
Yep.
because they feel so judged and
Hmm.
shame that is projected onto them by not just society but the people closest to them.
Also, and that's the worst. That's the worst.
So, what would you say without giving it away? Because maybe you have to give something away today, but I don't know. It's up to you. But what I'm saying is, how did you get through that change and transition? What happened? How did you find it?
I I say to my friend, there's one thing. When people tell me you've been having a lot of courage, I'm saying it's coming out with a lot of naivete. I had to be a bit naive to go through all this and just take it one step at a time. That's the only recipe. But I think I came really down to the only question was, am I valuing myself more than whatever else around me? And I think it applies to many choices. I teach that theory to many people. It's say, am I gonna let, let's say, a neighbor, a friend, my family decide for what I should be or what should I, the way I act, or how am I reflecting my life? It is my life.
Yeah.
And the more you get impacted by the people around you, the less you're taking your action for yourself. And I think it just came down to the reality of saying, okay, am I gonna live the next 40 years in the darkness and be sad? Or am I gonna just go for it one step at a time, not looking at the end result, because I would have closed whatever bugs happen. I don't know.
Hello!
And
Oh,
she's
she made
on.
it!
Thank you for waiting for me. Thank you for being patient. Thank you, Marco.
We made it because we're patient, because we start over it again and again until we get it, right?
Yep.
So
We'll
John
adapt.
Sebastian was just finishing a poetic statement about what he's been through in his life, and what he had to face and think about. Was he prepared to live another 40 years as someone he didn't want to be? Is that
Exactly.
what you would say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, and that's, I think you can apply it to everywhere in your life when you're fearing making a decision. Now I'm looking at it saying I'm the center of that decision. So let's be it.
Well, it's a pleasure to have your story in this book, because it's going. I mean, think about who is going to read your story and
Hmm.
used to be you. What is that going to
Yep.
mean to them when they read your story?
I hope it just gives hope and gives a model of someone who just decided to say, and I'm going to say the word fuck off to everything else. I'm going to dare say it.
Yeah,
And when you decide to do that, like that's where your happiness lies.
yeah,
That's what started everything for me, just a quest for happiness and being Jim Carrey, saying yes to everything, and that's how I ended up here. So just go for happiness.
yeah. And I think a lot of people never get to that. Fuck off, everyone. I've had enough. I'm doing it.
Oh, exact.
Until they get to the deathbed, I wish I'd fucking done it, and they don't do it.
Yep.
So
It's a
you
life of
are,
regrets.
yeah.
Hmm.
As everyone else in this group, you are an incredible. You are an incredible beacon of hope. And I'll tell you a true story. When I wrote my first book, which became a bestseller #1 all over the world, I was getting letters from all different countries in the world, written letters, right? Saying, Marco, you don't know me, but what you've just said in that book has completely changed my life. I've left my job, I've got a new career, I'm doing really well, I've got a family. The ripple effect is absolutely real.
Yeah.
And I want all
I
of you
really hope
to
for
know,
it.
absolutely, all of you here, even the people watching this right now, when you share your story of what you've been through and you're willing to be courageous and show people through self leadership, that is the fucking icing on the cake that people want to. People, why do people watch Hollywood movies? Because they are rooting for the hero that's got so much against them, and they're
Hmm.
rooting for the hero. They want to fight for them, right? And this is what this is about. What these are real stories. This is not chicken soup for the soul. This is gritty, real stories. We don't fucking care what we say. We're going to tell the truth, all right? So, Eleanor, tell us why you didn't get here on time. No, I'm joking. Tell us why.
I want
Tell
to
us
hear
why.
about behind,
Tell
behind the
us why you
scenes.
joined the Start Over movement. What made you say yes?
Who can say no to you?
No, nothing to do with me.
But
It was the
my,
author.
my story is like I had a problem of identity with myself when I was a little girl, how to fit in into this world. And from there, I traveled different parts of the world. I live in 5 different countries, and I lost myself as well. Trying to fit in. And yeah, so when I saw your ad on Instagram, I was like, And I thought about it. I saw it in August, then I ignored it, and then I saw it again in October, and then November. That's when it spoke to me 3 times. Like, why is this coming back? Why is this coming back to me? Like it's speaking to my truth, to my identity. Is like, because I've written my own book about my I am, because I was going through my healing journey. I lost my son, I lost my dad, I lost my late partner, and then before my late partner, I lost my marriage and my coaching career. Everything was just, all my identity was just gone. Like, and then I start questioning myself, who am I, without all this? And then that's when you come into the picture, the Start Over movement projects. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a try. And like you said, Marco, is about how to turn your challenges into courageous actions, inspired action, and convictions, right? So from there, I already convicted myself, but I still like needed something to voice my truth in a global sense, like how to help others also find their own, their own truth the voice of truth, and then here you are, here I am, and then yeah, I encourage people to watch my comeback story, what that is in the in the book series as well.
I mean, I've been on a call with you. You told me your story, which is so very tragic in so many ways.
Mhm.
How did you get through those tragic times?
First of all, laughter. I like to laugh. I add joy in my struggles as well, because without laughter, you feel dead, because you can't be. Sometimes we stop being serious in our grieving stages,
Yeah.
trying to identify this, and we get attached to that. So laughter is one for me. Was learning to humble myself, because I thought I got it all figured out with my worldly identities. I had a background in psychology, human rights consultancy, and management and philanthropy internationally, because I used to be a missionary in Africa and manage all the team. But it's like those things can be gone, like stuff like that. And owning waterfront homes, it's like those things can be gone. Look, my marriage is gone, right? Like at the same time, which is not gone is myself. Like, how can I challenge myself to go to another level of understanding? And like you always say, it's the conviction. How can I convict myself to the next level in order to be the healed version of myself? How does she look like? How does she? Those are the things I ask myself. Powerful question. Apart from laughter and asking people for help. That's another way. It's like I really humble myself down by asking people for help from the things I'm not.
So you saying you asked people to help you through those times? Is that what you're saying as well? Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Yeah. It's
John
very humble.
Sebastian.
I ate my humble pie.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's because this is the thing. When I think now people are realizing that traditional education is not cutting it for them.
No,
It's not getting them
it's
what
not.
they want.
I
So
mean, I'm
you have, yeah.
overqualified. It's not. I've proven that, like, and that's why I don't really like to say what I do. It's more like who I am. Like what is my essence apart from my energy when I'm with you? How do I make you feel? How do I make you feel heard? How do I make you feel understood? And that's more like, a real connection between the person who have walked different life than me, because that means I'm not better than them. I'm just gonna learn from each other. We learn from each other's. Yeah.
That's it. And this happens. Stuff happens. Bad stuff happens to good people.
Yeah.
And we have the choice to say, okay, God, I don't believe in God anymore. How could God do that to me? That's what a lot of people think, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I used to be a missionary, and I got out of religion too, and I did say fuck off to some of the people. I did to my relatives, former relatives now, because they were telling me I was going to hell if I write my own book. So I wrote my book, I published it, and it's called The Code of I Am. And then I asked myself, how can I bring this voice? Then that's when I found you, help me bring this voice of truth to the world. And yeah, dream come true. Here I am.
What would you say to your former self that didn't have that help right now?
Great question. I love that. What would I say to my former self? Be gentle with yourself. First of all, be gentle. Don't worry about what other voices are saying that you should be this, but look within your heart, because the heart knows it already, and go from there. But you can also include your mind, but teach your mind how to do inspired action according to your heart, and that way you're listening to the spirit of what you came here to be. Not to do. It's more like be, do, have, and create, not the other way around.
So, in another way of putting it, being gentle to yourself is actually love yourself first, isn't it?
I agree.
And just take a few deep breaths, because, listen, I'm the worst for rushing around and doing as much as I can in the day. And literally, I was in London with my daughter last week at a musical premiere, and I couldn't, when you can't get your breath, you can't actually get your breath, catch your breath. And I had to go outside, and I was having like a panic attack. And she said to me, Dad, you need to slow down. I
Yeah.
said, yeah. I'm really worried, and don't forget, she's just lost her mum last year. because he's even extra worried. And I'm worried because because there's so much on my plate. And I realize, yeah, I need to slow down. I need to just take a chill pill here and get it back into nature because I've not been into nature as much as I should have been, and reconnect with trees and forests and hills and just fuck off and tell everyone to fucking leave me alone while I enjoy that. And that is so underrated in our lives today
Yep.
when there's so much pressure, cost of living, pay the bills, do this, do that, career, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, that's fantastic advice, Eleanor, really is. Thank you. So, Alicia, when I first heard your story, the first thing I did when exactly what I said to John is, how the fuck did you get out of that? How the hell did you get through that? Now, you don't have to tell everything on your story, but if you could tell us one thing, one lowest point you were in, can you share that with the audience so they kind of get your drift?
Yeah. So my low point kind of compounds of two things. I was in an abusive marriage, and I was abandoned in a foreign country. And when I came back to Australia, I ended up having a full break because of that, and I tried to take my life, which was a very near thing. I nearly did die from it. And it was when I was lying in the hospital bed that I realised that things had to change, and I was the catalyst for that change. It was only me that was coming to say I was going to make those changes in my life. Yeah, and so I started to work on myself. I started by looking at the people that I surrounded myself with, going internally, starting with the self-love, putting the boundaries in. A big part of it is really looking for the beautiful things. I look for the beautiful things in nature. I look for the beauty in the friendships and healthy relationships that we surround ourselves with. And that's why I'm so glad to be part of this movement, because I really find with so much negativity in the world, and there's negativity and ugliness everywhere you look. You can find it from your next door neighbor. Turn on the news. One thing I don't do is watch the news anymore. You can find it within your own family. Yeah. So the more love that we can spread and positivity, I just think it's going to be more healing for everyone. And if you can start that in your own life, it's powerful. You've just got to find that one little bit, and it can be the first thing that goes. You go, it's not all ugly. It's not all tragic out there. And that's what you
It
hold
is,
on to
because
when you.
that's so intelligent, because people have got to stop looking to politicians and governments for the answers.
They're never going to save us. They have an agenda that they're going to push, whatever it is. What the really war at the moment.
Once upon a time, after the Second World War, because I speak to my mum a lot about this, she said to me, as I said yesterday, she said, "Darling, it was the best time ever you could imagine. Imagine coming back from war after 7 years. People started making love, not war.
Yeah.
It was the happiest time in the 40s, 50s, 60s." And she says, what it's like now, it's like what it was in the war that we experienced, because everyone is just fear mongering, hating on each other. Politicians just not interested in people, they're just interested in what they can put in the back pocket. I don't care what politicians they are, it's complicit in any government. And, people are indoctrinated to watch the news, which is controlled by legacy media, which is paid. The old billionaires will own the media, and they push a narrative to get what they want, basically, right? And part of awareness in the Start Over movement for me is to really, truth is a very important thing.
Yeah.
Truth in terms of knowing yourself and who you are in that truth, but also being aware of what the fuck is going outside. And you can't control a lot of that, but you can control what's going on inside. And what you do when you tell your story is you help someone that used to be you, and people realize, fuck, I'm not getting answers from my school. I'm not getting answers from my parents. I'm not getting answers from my friends.
Yeah.
I need to listen to Alicia and have a chat with her and maybe get some coaching from her to get me the fuck out of this. That's what it's about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The guy, I can't remember which one of the guests on the live yesterday, but it was as simple as what he said. One guy can't change the world, but guy can start a revolution, and that's what changes the world. And that's exactly. And it all comes down to spreading the positive message. It's the people that change the world, the smaller people of the world. And, to be part of that, all, working together to spread our messages that change is possible on a base level. That's what's so important, because
It
there are
is.
people doing, and
Let me give you an example. A good example of this. There was a film, an animated film called Ants. Do you remember that film?
Mhm.
And there's millions of ants, right? And these crickets, these big insects, come every summer and take all the food and stuff like that. But there's only a few of them. And one of the leaders of the big grasshopper said, "Listen, if they ever learn that there's not many of us and they band together, it's over, right?" And what people are forgetting is that there are billions of us. There's only a few people at the top pulling the strings. If we get together and say, "Listen, we don't need a government anymore. We don't need these people making our decisions for us," then it changes. And I think this is part of that change.
yeah,
That's really part of why I want to be a part of this, and do what I can, I guess, right? So let's get some call to actions going. Call to action is, I'm sure that all of you watching this want to buy the books. Put in the chat if you would love to read the stories of the people on this live right now. Let's show some love if you want to read their stories, because they're going to blow you away. All right. Now, the other thing is, here's the deal. I've just created £100,000 prize fund, 50,000 in cash, 50,000 in mentoring for people that buy the books. You can win an opportunity to get that money, start again, start a new business, start a new relationship, get coaching from Alicia, get coaching from John Sebastian, get coaching from Eleanor, and they can help you change your life around. How about that for a book series? I don't think you're going to buy a book and get that kind of shit going on, right? So here's the deal. Join the wait list. The wait list link is in my bio. It's in John Sebastian's bio, Alicia's bio, Eleanor's bio. You just click on that link and you can join the wait list to get the first book coming out, which is on the 3rd of April. And it's the pre-order, and the paperback comes out, I think, about a month later. You can get the Kindle version after that. And when you start reading the stories, you're going to want to buy the whole series because it's phenomenal. And the most amazing thing is that when you buy a paperback book, the receipt is the ticket to the live event to come and meet me and the other authors. It's worth $1,000 for 2 people, where we're going to show you how to share your story to yourself first, then other people, and then build a personal brand. Write a book with us, go on stage with us, and be part of it. How does that sound, everyone? Does that sound exciting and sexy, Jean Sebastian?
Awesome. Awesome for 2025.
Right? So join the wait list as soon as you can and get into the prize fund, £100,000 giveaway. It's incredible, but also the stories here are incredible. Alicia, what would you like to say to people that are thinking of buying these books?
just do it. There will be something in there for everyone or someone you know.
Yeah.
Every single thing I've listened to so far and know of, I am blown away. I've been through more than you can imagine.
Remember, we have weekly meetings where 3 people read their story,
Yeah,
and all of us are in tears and like,
yeah,
every week. So,
and yeah, and I sit there and go, how do these people survive? And to see what they've turned their life into, I just am constantly inspired and just honored to be a part of this with these caliber of people. Like, it's going to be life changing. Read it.
awesome. Eleanor, what would you say to people?
Go for it. Don't ask more questions. Just do it. Do it.
I mean, the Kindle version is only like $2.99, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's half a cup of Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it like that, it's crazy, right? And we've got again my most loyal raving fan this week, and has been on every live. She's been on every live this week. Art of Romac. Her name's Rowan. She's from the Scottish Highlands, and last year she's a beautiful young lady, an incredible artist. She in fact paints fine pencil pen of famous actors, and Kevin Costner, Gerard Butler. They paid her commissions, and yesterday she had a commission from Kensington Palace and the royal family to do a portrait. How freaking incredible is that? Last year, a drunken driver hit her and she lost the use of her legs. She's 24 years old, 25.
Mm-hmm.
She's incredible. I don't know how we got even connected, but she's one of the bravest souls. And I was listening to her audio. She left an audio because she's just had a major operation in hospital. and she's very weak. She's not been able to eat very well and things like that. She left an audio for a family and shared it, and I was crying. I was literally crying. Just an incredible woman. And she says, everyone is fighting a battle no one knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
100% right.
And
That's
all
true.
of us are. And now you guys here that are on this live have got the courage to go, fuck you, I'm sharing this story anyway. Because I'm interested in helping people that want to be helped. I'm not interested in people that are jealous, judging me. That doesn't matter. Okay? So any last words, Jean Sebastian, to the group here, to the audience?
Well, I think you're never bored when you read a book. And the second thing is stop listening to the news and start reading good stories. So I think you should buy that bookstore. It's going to keep you
Awesome!
occupied for a while.
Fantastic. Eleanor, any last words?
It's not too late to start over. I started this year, so why not you?
Awesome. Alicia, any last words?
Yeah, no, just get on board. You won't regret it. Absolutely amazing. Life changing.
Okay, guys. So listen, thank you so much, everyone, for attending today. It's been amazing. These lives are getting busier and busier. That's really exciting. Obviously, something resonates. What volume are you in, guys? What volume are you in, John Sebastian? 4?
Fourth one.
Nice. Eleanor?
Same.
Same. Alicia?
I'm in volume 6.
Nice. Cool.
Oh, sorry. Not same. 7, sorry.
Okay. So when you buy the series of 10, you're going to get a fantastic bonus, which is really cool. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. UK time. I think it's 5 p.m. American time, 8 a.m. Australian time, 10 a.m. the following day, New Zealand time. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a great
Have a safe one.